What a pleasure. I'm now joined by IACP President Terry Cunningham and IACP Executive Director Vincent Talucci. Gentlemen, welcome.
Thanks for having us, Steve. Yep.
So, 8 Cities Listening Tour, tell us a bit about that.
So, yeah, I mean, I can start. I think really the impetus for this was post the Pulse nightclub shooting. Right after Pulse happened, Vince and I, had a conversation. We were talking about some of the well-established policies that we have regarding assault weapons ban, magazine capacity, and the expanded background checks. And and that dates back to probably 1994 with the original assault weapons ban bill. So we had a conversation about that, and we said, well, a lot of things probably have changed, and maybe we should kind of get the pulse and feel the pulse of our organization and our membership and see where they are and see whether or not they've evolved from that position. So as a result of that conversation, we talked about maybe doing a survey, and we said, you don't really get the sense of the membership by doing a survey. And then as the conversation continued, then Dallas and Baton Rouge happened. And that's when we said, you know what, we really need to go out and hear directly from our members. And we wanted to make sure that we were very diverse in the folks that we had around the table. We wanted to make sure that we had some rural, some urban, and some suburban departments. Sure. We had some major city chiefs, we had some of our federal partners, we had colleges and universities. And each city that we went to, we wanted to have about between 40 to as many as 70 participants, and go and hear directly from them.
Okay. Now, Vince, what came out of it?
Sure. So we asked 2 questions of each of one of the 8 cities. One question was, what was the most pressing issue confronting their respective agency? The second question was the most pressing issue confronting the profession. Right. So from that, we're really happy. We're going to be releasing a publication report out from the 8-city tour to talk about those 2 pieces and really get a sense of not just what our members were feeling, but what the profession was feeling. Some of the big ticket items that you'll see in the report, both confronting agencies and the profession: recruitment and retention, the intersection of public health and public safety, so homelessness, heroin and opioid addiction, and again, mental health was a big ticket issue for a lot of the folks. And again, as President Cunningham mentioned, the folks that we convened, they may have been IACP members, they may not have been IACP members. What we wanted to hear from was a rich intersection of the law enforcement community.
What was the mood of the people you were speaking to?
I think it was varied. Vast majority upbeat, understand the issues confronting the profession, understand what their respective role is in addressing not only their agency concerns but the broader professional issues. But we also got an earful in some places regarding things that we could be doing differently or better, and we take that as seriously as we take the things that we're doing well. So I think we have some things to learn from.
I think it was a great opportunity for us to get out and speak to the members as well. We wanted to hear directly from them, and we'd put together kind of a straw agenda, and the 4 things that we had put on there that we want to talk about: community police relations, terrorism, firearms, and use of force. And it was funny, it was a good starter for the conversation, but as Vince said, when we asked them, what are the 2 issues that you're facing, they were very different than the ones that we had put forward. So I think it was great to hear from them, but I think it was really good for them to hear from us and to hear what IACP has been doing for them.
Now, you're expecting, I don't know, something like 16,000 folks to come to this particular event. Do you think sort of the themes that you've been pulling out of your 8 Cities Listening Tour are going to be reflected here this week?
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think one of the things it's done is it's validated the agenda that's been pulled together. The second piece is that there's also opportunities to hit topics on the fly, whether it's with your peers or your colleagues, or just pulling us aside and talking about how to take a different issue on. Because one of the pieces that was surprising to us that came up in multiple places across the 8-city tour was the issue of homelessness. Right. And we have not taken, IACP has not taken an active role in taking a look at law enforcement's intersection with homelessness. So I think that's going to be an absolute piece of our conversation here in San Diego.
Yeah, I look at it when part of the conversation that we had with our members as we traveled around is to try and figure out exactly what it is that we need to be doing. So as Vince said, this is no different than a police department listening to its community. Okay, we don't decide how we police that community. The community decides how they police it. We needed to hear from our members to hear what's really important to them, and to hear something on the homelessness issue. Is that something that we need to stand up a task force and really dig into it and do the deep dive into some of those issues that we really hadn't considered?
Well, gentlemen, thank you both very much indeed for joining us. Really appreciate that.
Great. Thank you very much, Steve.